in a year. This is the night she decided. Tomorrow would be the day she actually died, I guess. I don't know, sometime during the overnight probably. Because I saw her, I don't know, she came up and knocked a few hours into the morning. By the time that I could tell something was wrong, it was probably permanent loss already. This year, spring came early, essentially. I mean, the flowers are out. I saw a fucking hummingbird today, for all that matters. I don't know if that would have made a damn bit of difference. Last year, I thought it would have if she had waited another couple weeks. I don't know. I'm more attuned to nature, to reality, whatever, than she ever was. And obviously less capable of making any sort of decisions. Because I'd have checked out back when I was 16 or earlier if I could have. So I spent today grieving her, and for whatever it's worth, Meatloaf as well. Bad Out of Hell had a lot of fucking good songs that tugged my emotional strings. I don't think I'm a damn bit better than I was. If anything, I'm worse. I mean, look, right from the very beginning, I could amuse myself with stuff and bury and drown myself in alcohol if I choose, in games, whatever. Alcohol, at least I feel the emotions, you know? In computer games, in my work, in reading books, in somewhat less in playing the board games. I've gotten so much in the habit of like taking long breaks when I play board games that, yeah, not so much, doesn't do so much for me. I don't know what to say. I mean, I still see a future that is just miserable, and everything in my soul says, fucking, please let me end. But I don't have the will to do that myself. And fate doesn't seem to be able to handle it either. Or doesn't care to, whatever. Maybe I don't care to. But anyway, the nice weather, went out for a long walk. Found a place that I knew existed because I had been there. Nothing that exciting. Nothing I want to reveal too much about because it involves people. Both olives at once, crap. I'm almost out of vodka. I went through a couple of bottles last year, which is impressive for me. I know I play the drunk, but I'm not really. The more the pity for me, because I get something out of the drinking. Especially when I go out on the Friday nights. I mean, I get drunk as hell off beer. With like 5 or 6. Once I switch to the lighter stuff, I don't think it does much for me. But I know that I feel the emotions on the walk there, and they stop mattering once I start drinking hard enough. and the dancing and everything, and then I come home and I've been getting rides recently, and I chat with some dude, and I'm like, he's as much of a sad sack as I am in a lot of ways. I don't know if that helps or hurts. But either way it goes, I think I need me some more vodka. I mean, I've got some bourbon and some tequila for what the fuck that's worth, which is about nothing in wintertime. I cannot drink tequila in winter. Um, it's some beers that I don't really want to drink. The real problem is my cigars. I only have Connecticut cigars left. I have no more Maduros left. So I can't bury myself in that wonderful Black Forest cake and Maduro mix. I know I don't make any sense pretty much ever. But it's all I got. Here I sit, Lord of the Hill, watching everything fucking crumble around me. A reality I never fucking asked for. I never wanted to be part of this. I've tried to escape since I can remember, damn near. I mean, I don't remember being terribly suicidal before about 12 or 13, but I'm just so indecisive. I try to push myself into a corner where I can, but you know, there's things. Things matter more than people. My games, what the fuck will happen to them? My house, not so much, but you know, it'll damage my games if I let it leak. No hopes, no expectations anymore. Trying to lead this life that like would sustain me within this world has caused me to abandon all my real principles, you know. Not that they're principles that anyone else would agree with, but they were ones that had power behind them. They weren't shit like, oh, I need to be able to survive and make enough money. They're things like love. But love like you don't understand and like I could never reach. Because there are barriers there. I mean, I could love so much, I could make someone so happy, but it's not really what I wanted. And yeah, hope is gone. The only thing that's left is patterns that can keep me going. Even, and when I say, you know, nothing's changed for the better, you know, before she died, after, I could drown myself in video games. I could drown myself in other pursuits that, like, are common patterns. I couldn't find something that gave any meaning, and I still can't. But that doesn't make a damn bit of difference. I feel like there was some at one point in my life. I don't know. I mean, love was one, acting was one. Now it's just sort of this fucking survival shit. And surviving, it's almost the antithesis of what I stand for. Because I fucking hate life. Not just mine. I hate all life. I think it's a corruption something that takes away from the purities. And I just want to reach out and become part of what, by being alive, I'm not capable of being. It's not really just escape. It really is more than that. It's desiring permanence in the end. And you can't be permanent if you're alive. As long as you're alive, you can't even give a good facsimile of it. You degrade too quickly, way too quickly. There are two things, instantaneous and permanent. And life's in between these two realities. And things that aren't real aren't worth it. Give you more later someday, maybe. Who the hell knows? I don't have it in me. But I have a little bit of it in me. The moments on the stage that were perfect, dancing, maybe a few other times in life, back in Elias. A moment where the instantaneous and the everlasting combine into one thing. That's what it is. And I can trigger moments of that, but the key is to make that the permanent existence. Flux and stability at the same time, in that the resonation of perfection never ends. That's what I seek. Cheers.